You're listening to She's the Business podcast. We can all do with more simplicity in our lives, can't we? And why not start with your business? That's where you can create such amazing breakthroughs and clarity when we just simplify things and get clear on exactly what it is that we're doing. In today's episode, I'm going to talk all about why I believe the traditional way of doing business planning is completely outdated and inefficient and ineffective, and the way that I much prefer to plan, which is faster, simpler, much more intuitive, and allows you that space to go with the flow. Follow your instincts and intuition while you still have your sights set on the important goalposts that we're aiming for. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm your host, Jessica Osborne, and in my 23 years of business and marketing, I've built many brands to become multi-billion-dollar companies. And just in the last 10 years, I've built 2 online businesses of my own from my dining room table with 2 little babies running around at my feet. I've made it my mission to inspire you to get out of your own way and become the successful business owner who's living the lifestyle you really desire without all the hustle. This is She's the Business podcast, made by women for women. This is your weekly dose of motivation and inspiration. Hey there, how are you doing today? So we're getting to that point in the year where you're starting to see quite a lot of content coming out that's talking about planning. And if you're an intuitive type of person or a creative person like I am, then you hear the word planning and you just want to stick your fingers in your ears and go, boring. I don't have time for that. I'm busy doing whatever I'm doing. I'm having lots of fun and creating stuff. We want to keep on going with the activity, the things that feel fun and exciting and interesting. So we tend to avoid planning unless we're made to or forced to, or we think, yes, it's a good idea, I should do it. And I know from my whole life experience of being made to do plans in the corporate days is that it is hard when you are an intuitive type, big picture thinker, visionary, creative, very much on the left brain and not so much in the right. And creating plans is like pulling teeth. It's hard work. It doesn't feel fun or exciting. And so we'll often deprioritize it, put it to the bottom of the pile. And we also tend to create a plan which we can get done because the creation of it can feel a little bit interesting. But once it's created, then it sits in the file, never gets opened again and never used. So I wanted to talk to you today. If you're a creative, intuitive person like I am, then, how do you plan in a way that does feel interesting and in a way that's actually going to help you and that you'll use it and so it's effective? So I've got 3 kind of main tips for you. But firstly, why even do a plan in the first place? You might be thinking, I'm a go with the flow kind of person and I really like being go with the flow. Plans are not for me because they're too restrictive. Yes, I hear you 100% because I'm the exact same. But a plan doesn't have to be detailed. It doesn't have to be restrictive and it doesn't have to be boring. A plan can actually be really flexible and allow you to do lots of things and make decisions and tune into your intuition and do the things that feel really good for you. It's just about the way in which that you do the plan that allows you to draw on your strengths and really use your strengths to make it work for you rather than battling against your natural tendency. So without a plan, what happens if you're a go with the flow kind of person is that you'll tend to be really reactive to what's going on around you. So you'll feed off what's happening in the external world around you in social media, what other people are doing. You'll have lots of ideas and you'll feel compelled to act on all of them or on most of them. And what then happens is that you'll
You'll flip-flop between different ideas. You'll go off down tangents. You'll be taking the long road to get to where you want to go. And when you're in business, you've started a business, no doubt, the entrepreneurial type, very motivated, determined, high energy, and you've got a vision for where you want to get to. So your intuition can be an amazing tool for helping you get there, but it can also be a bit of an Achilles heel if you let it overtake and make you become reactive and be that person who's got permanent FOMO and you're just wanting to, get onto the next new exciting thing that you can see other people doing. So let's talk about how you can plan in a way that actually helps you and works with your personality type rather than against your personality type. The first tip that I have for you, if you are this type of person, is really keep it simple. A plan does not need to be more than 1 to 2 pages. I like ones I can print out and stick up on the wall. That means it's not lots of words. It's actually very few words, a few numbers, and it's really clear that I can see exactly what is happening right now and what I need to be focusing on. So keeping it simple, it means that instead of being super detailed about exactly what you're going to do, because, hey, right now, who knows what I want to be doing in 6 months' time, right? But I do have a goal that I want to reach. So rather than detailing exactly what I'm going to do, I detail in there, or I set higher level goals, targets, and a focus activity, which I have figured out is the main thing that's going to get me to that goal. So when you have this one focus activity, which kind of brings me into my point number 2, is having one focus per quarter. So you've got one main focus per quarter and one main activity that you're going to be doing that's going to get that goal happening. Yes, you can have other smaller, offers that you make in between. You can be doing some secondary things, but you know that every time you're doing those smaller ones, you're taking a bit of energy and time away from your main one. So as long as your main goal and your main activity is all in being handled and you're delivering on it, then you can incorporate any other smaller secondary ones that you want to. But the idea is that your main activity, your main offer for that quarter is going to deliver you the result that you know you need to get to your annual target. So doing it this way gives you so much room for making decisions, for flexibility, and being able to try out some new stuff and do what you feel intuitively you should be doing right now, because you haven't boxed yourself into a really restrictive format of a plan. You've actually given yourself space and room to grow, to evolve, and to do what's feeling really good for you. So the third tip is really know your numbers. And I don't mean all the numbers. I mean, there's some specific ones that are super important and empowering to know. And the one that I want to talk about today is your EPL, which is your earnings per lead. Now, what that means is if you know your earnings per lead, you know how much you can spend on your marketing and still be profitable. That's why that's an important one to know, because anytime you're looking at what you want to do with your marketing activities, if you know that you're able to spend, $200 per lead, then you can easily calculate, for example, how much you might want to invest in Facebook ads, or how much you might want to invest in another form of marketing that might get you to bring the leads in that are going to create the customers. So we can get bored to tears when we get too much into the numbers. I know for me, being a creative type, being intuitive, I like to look at the high level, and then any more than that, you've lost me. So when I do my annual plan for the year, it's the high level numbers that I'm interested in. I know what the main goal is. I've broken that down into what is the main activity and how does that work pan out per quarter. When I know my EPL, my earnings per lead, and how many leads I need to get the clients that I need to deliver that number, everything else in your marketing plan becomes easy. You know what sort of activities you want to focus on and what you can do and what you can invest and still remain profitable. So you can make really conscious decisions about what you do throughout the year to reach that target goal. And it also means that you're not going to be afraid of investing, thinking that you're not able to, when actually you have got the capacity to invest and potentially increase your revenue beyond what you even set for your target. So I hope those tips have been very useful. I know for you as somebody who might be like me, intuitive and creative, that you love doing all of the fun stuff, and planning can be a chore, which is why a 2-page plan is more than enough than what you need for a year. And it only takes you a few hours and you're done. Great. And then you can check in once a quarter to see how you're tracking against that plan and against your goals. And you can always adjust the target up if you're doing really, really well. So that's how I like to keep on track. It means that I can go with the flow and I can make decisions and I can lean into my intuition and what it's telling me that I should be doing. Yet I'm still focused on the end goal that I want to reach, that target. And I'm not going off down tangents that aren't helping me to get there. So everything that I'm doing in my business is helping me to get towards that end goal. So if you like the idea of doing this kind of plan, I'm actually offering some CEO sessions. I'm calling it a CEO session because we create your snapshot for the year. And that's really a CEO type of activity. We're creating this high level, strategic 2-page plan that you can put on your wall and that can keep you focused and allow you to make those great decisions throughout the year that will keep you on track and keep you tracking towards your goal. So you can do that with me in a one-to-one setting. And I've also got a group workshop option that is next week if you're interested in the group. And you can find the information on these sessions in the link in my bio. And yeah, I think it's a great time to do this right now because it means that you can start to make some decisions and plan ahead for the start of 2022 and even begin tracking towards your first goal now. So if you're interested, you can drop me a DM if you want to find out more, or go to the link in my bio and look for the CEO sessions. And there's the options there for a one-to-one or a group session, a workshop, which all of them we go through and we create your 2-page plan. And I will give you coaching on that in either of these options. It's really about you creating the plan that works for you. So I don't try to enforce my methodology onto you because your business is different, but this is about you knowing your numbers, what you want to sell, and how that's going to get you to your result. So it's a really easy way to see straight away if there are any big holes in your business strategy that you need to focus on fixing in order for you to have a successful year in 2022. And that's the beauty of the 2-page plan. I'm all for it. It's so simple, so easy, and it's fun as well. So come and join me and let's get you off to a cracking start in 2022. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode, and I just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and friends over the festive season. Please stay safe, and if you're looking for help with your business plan in 2022, then reach out, jump over to my website. I do have a few limited spots for a CEO planning session where we can put our heads together and map out your simple 1 to 2 page plan that you can put up on your wall. And I'd love to help you out with that. So you can go to jessicaosborne.com/CEO-sessions to find more information, or send me a DM and I'm more than happy to help you. Bye.